Worst toy designs of all time, part 15. The toy you're about to see is a stuffed monkey holding a banana. I like monkeys. I think they're pretty cool. But whoever made this toy placed the banana in a very suspicious position. Who did this? Worst toys of all time. The toy you're about to see is an action figure of Belle from the live-action Beauty and the Beast. And it's supposed to look like Emma Watson, who played Belle. But something went terribly wrong when they were making this toy. Because this is what it looks like. Kinda looks like Justin Bieber wearing a wig. 4 people with the worst names ever. This is an actual person and he was the mayor of Fort Wayne, Indiana. How did a guy with that name become mayor? This is a Burger King employee. A customer saw his name tag and had to get a picture. Dill Pickle. This realtor's last name is super sus, but I kinda like it. This last one's my favorite. But really quick, this app lets you go live right away with no followers. Just go here and then here to get it. This lady named Anna L, but when you put it on a name tag, it looks incredibly suspicious. Worst toy designs of all time, part 19. What you're about to see is a couple of elephant blocks. You know, wooden blocks of elephants. And they all connect like a puzzle, but the way they connect is just a little sus. I feel like somehow they could have done a better job. See for yourself. The craziest things people found in their homes. Lightning came through the ceiling vent and struck this guy's toilet in his house. Imagine if he was taking a dump. While doing electrical work in their super old house, they found this prison cell under the basement stairs. That's a little sus. A dude found this stuff after clearing out his blocked up chimney. And I just want to know, what the frick is that? This statue was found in an abandoned house. And honestly, I don't even know what I'd do if I saw that. A man returned home from work to find this note slipped under his back door. Needless to say, this dude was freaked out. And last but not least, a man and his wife were viewing houses to potentially buy, and they found this in the attic, a drawing that says "By Peter." And in the basement, they saw this, what looks to be scratches and fingerprints all over the wall. People with the worst names ever. This has been a joke for years, but this guy's name is actually Mike Litteris. This is a 5th grade class, and that's their teacher. But look at his name. That is incredibly unfortunate. This gentleman passed away in 2008. And this was his name. Rest in peace. But once again, very unfortunate. Now, before we get to the funniest one, I found this app that lets you prank your friends and family by changing their text messages. Just go right here to get it. It's super funny. And finally, this guy, whose name is literally Cash Register. I like that one. Creepiest things said by kids. This woman used to be a waitress, and at one of her tables was a mom and her 4-year-old daughter. Well, the mom was in the bathroom, and the waitress went over there to ask the kid how she liked her food. But when she got there, the 4-year-old girl was stabbing her sandwich with the fork, repeatedly. Die, 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 die. Hi, what are you doing? I like to kill things, but mommy said I can't do that, so I stabbed my sandwich because it can't scream. The waitress walked away, and later, when the mom got back to the bathroom, she overheard her say this. That's right, honey, stab food, not people. I am so proud of you. Stab food, not people. That's terrifying. This is so freaking cool. So it was fall, and a couple kids, they decide to make a backyard carnival. Obviously, it was nothing official. Just some old toys, a plastic table, and whatever junk they could find. One kid stacked some soup cans on a chair. Knock them down, you win a prize. The other kid taped a bucket to the fence. 3 throws for 1 quarter. But then they got creative. Somebody dragged over a busted wagon and tied it to a bike. And suddenly, it was a roller coaster. You ready, bro? Get in. I'm in, man. Let's go. All right. This is awesome. Another kid tied a tire to a tree branch, and there you had it, a swing. They did it just for them at first, like a fun way to spend the afternoon. But then kids from the block started to show up. Yo, what is this? It's a carnival, bro. Come on. By the end of the day, the entire backyard was packed, and a ton of kids from the neighborhood were bringing their own stuff over. It was insane. Candy, prizes, homemade rides. Parents were even showing up, like, what the heck is happening back here? But they loved it. They thought it was super creative. It wasn't professional. It wasn't safe. But for that one day, that backyard was a freaking carnival, baby, and that's awesome. Oh, is she just on TikTok right now? I guess we can all be on our phones then. No phones in class. What? So this teacher at this one school was just done. She was tenured, bitter, and she didn't even fake it anymore. She walked in late almost every single day, never brought in her laptop, and gave students independent reading like 5 days a week. But this time, she just kind of took it a little too far. She walked in 10 minutes late, holding Starbucks, sat down at her desk and said, "I'm not really in the mood today, class, so just pretend I gave you something to do." Then she pulled out her phone and didn't even put headphones on. She just started scrolling on TikTok full volume while sipping her coffee. The whole class looked around like, wait, what are we supposed to do? But naturally, a few people pulled out their phones as well. You know, I guess it's totally fine to be on our phone today, they thought. Absolutely not. No phones allowed. I don't want to hear a sound from you guys. Silent. Do something, but be silent. They're like, you're literally watching TikToks in front of us. What the heck's your problem? That's when one kid pulled his phone back out. Not to scroll, but to record a video.
If I post myself and get...
I don't care how cheap something is.
Just a quick video, her at her desk watching TikTok full volume, sipping her coffee, and the rest of the class sitting in silence. He posted it that night. Next day, 40,000 views. Somebody sent that video to the principal. The next day, the principal pulled him aside and asked him to take the video down. But instead of getting mad, he said this: "Thank you for sharing that. We're gonna use it." They're gonna use it, he says. By 6th period, the superintendent showed up at the school. He walked straight into that classroom. The principal was behind him. They asked that teacher to step out in the hallway. She never came back in. The next day, they had a sub. Good. That teacher should definitely not be teaching. Things my old carnival job taught me about carnivals part 10, the balloon pop game. It's fun and very popular. A little insight onto how this game works. We were taught to underinflate the balloons, which obviously makes them harder to pop. What you want to do when you play this game is look for the balloons that are shiny. Try to pop those. If they're shiny, it means they're more inflated. I once had a kid come in, he paid for the game, I gave him the darts, and then his friend distracted me. He sharpened the darts in the concrete, and then he crushed it. I was honestly impressed. Black markets kids ran in their schools part 18. This one is smart and simple. At this school, everybody loved banana chips, and they sold them at the vending machines for 25 cents a bag. Well, this person would get there early every single day and buy every single banana chip bag from the vending machines, and then sell them for 50 cents each. Every day they'd be sold out, and this person would be walking away with some serious profit. At this school, band kids were always clowned. "Hey, nice clarinet, loser. What the heck?" But especially this one kid, named Eli. Eli played the French horn, and he took it everywhere he went. On the bus, assemblies, to class. And there was this one dude named Zach, and Zach would always give Eli crap for playing the French horn. "Nice instrument, Eli. I bet it sounds like a dying whale." But Eli didn't let it get to him. Then came the spring concert. Big crowd, parents, staff, the gym was decorated, and Zach was there because his mom forced him to go because she was on the school board or something. Well, halfway through, the conductor goes, "And now, a featured solo by our French horn player, Eli." And Zach's like, let's see this. Eli stands, French horn in hand, and he cooks. It's not just good, it's cinematic. The entire crowd stopped breathing during the solo because it was that beautiful. Finishes, there was a few seconds of silence, and then the crowd erupts. After the show, Zach walks over to Eli, and all he says is this: "Hey man, yeah, you snapped. My bad for everything. Sorry." Eli doesn't say a word. He picks up his French horn, and he walks away.